Are you ready for the fucking podcast, dog? We're doing this a little early this week. What do you feel about that?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel strong. I feel like everyone is weaker than me.
I do too. I feel fucking incredible.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel great. Probably because just, I don't know, an hour and a half ago I was doing jujitsu and got crushed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like a billion times.
Mm-hmm.
I got squeezed so hard by Nick Brown that I wanted to die.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy how, you know, I was trying so hard to roll with Nick Brown tonight, and he just stopped me. He was like a stop sign, and then he just literally squeezed me to death. And I feel like I'm a decent purple belt, and he made me feel like a fucking little bug. He just crushed me under his foot. And I'm dead now as a little cockroach.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. How was your day?
It was fun. I'm wearing shorts that keep riding up my thighs so everyone sees my extremely white and masculine thighs.
Yeah, we all see it. We love it.
Everyone knows that I love how masculine my thighs have become
0 to 100
as the closer I get to 30.
Yeah.
That's one thing you get to look forward to. Everyone says, oh, after 21, no birthdays matter. Well, when you turn 30, everyone knows how masculine your legs have gotten.
Yeah.
You finally get your man legs.
And you continue to grow.
Pirates, they get their sea legs. NASCAR drivers get their track legs. Hikers get their trail legs. 30-year-olds get their man legs.
Mm-hmm.
Birds have bird legs.
Facts.
Groundhogs have dirt legs.
Facts.
Buttholes,
Get their butthole legs.
turd legs.
100 shots.
And he ain't lying, folks. My man's coming at you hot with these facts right now, and you got to listen. All buttholes have turd legs. And guess what? That's not going to change. I don't care how progressive the world gets with social media and pronouns. I don't care how progressive it gets. Buttholes will always have turd legs. Do you agree with that statement? Am I being crass?
What?
Am I being crass? Am I being offensive?
Is that what that word means?
Kinda.
It was kind of offensive that you said that knowing I wouldn't know the word. Wait, you just want to show off how stupid I am?
I love showing off how stupid you are. Why do you think I do a podcast with you? Why do you think I do a podcast with you? Of all the people I could do a podcast with, why did I choose Bobby Stoneman to do the podcast?
You my best friend.
I would say it's probably because you think that you could learn something from me.
That's the truth.
You could probably learn a thing or two from me.
I know what I can learn from you.
Already? Like you already know?
There's a million things I can learn from you.
Oh, you can learn. I thought you were saying like it kind of sounded like you said it in a way that you could learn it from me, but you're not gonna.
No, I try. The one thing I would love to learn from you is as of recently, it's a new
perfect.
It's a new skill I'd actually like want to learn now is Rocket League. I would love to learn your secret fucking nuggets of knowledge that you keep hidden from everybody and play the game good.
You don't want that. It was hours and hours of being a lonely, sad person. So until you are lonely enough or sad enough, actually, you just need to have an extremely awful girlfriend for years, and then all your existence is trying to hide from yourself.
Yeah.
But once you find yourself, you don't need to play Rocket League anymore.
And then it all paid off. You had an awful girlfriend for years, and you escaped by playing Rocket League.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was like, this is depressing because I'm just escaping through this video game. But now you're benefiting from that time. Mm-hmm. So no time is wasted.
No. You're making the best out of what you're dealt.
Can I get a little yum
What it is. And I think that's the skill that you're supposed to learn. It's not Rocket League. It's take the most from the thing you're given.
Yep. You got to every single time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every damn time.
Are you excited for another new barber to start this week?
Yeah, Randy's starting. It's going to be great. He's
What kind of crazy shit that motherfucker up to?
What is he up to? He played Rocket League earlier, and it was his first time playing. He downloaded it just for me.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And then he realized immediately that he didn't know any of the controls.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You didn't hear him complaining.
He just stuck it out.
He was just going, almost got it, you know?
Yeah.
He's just, that's how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah. You're supposed to just enjoy the game, even if you aren't good at it right up front. You're supposed to just enjoy it.
I think there's a deeper meaning here, which is if everyone in the world could just live their life like their very first game of Rocket League, not knowing what the fuck's going on, but just screaming and having a great time,
Yeah.
then life is good.
I think
Because you're never going to learn everything, and if you think you do, you just cut yourself off. You know everything about what you're willing to learn.
early on in the podcast, we had a clip that went kind of, it just got really popular, and one of it was the fact if you go to a restaurant and you order a dish and they come back and if it's a little wrong, you don't send it back. You just, hey, you win some, you lose some. Just eat it. Don't be a bitch. Just you're
Don't be a
fine.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, you can eat better food next time. You know, maybe going out to eat, it's okay if something's fucked up, just eat it. I think that goes the same. You need to have the same attitude the first time you're ever playing Rocket League. If you're mad that you suck at a game you're first playing, you don't quit. You just suck it up and finish the game.
Just eat it.
And just eat it.
I think the same way is like if you are out on a night of drinking and say we're trying to hook up with girls out drinking.
Yeah. Us, girls, sheesh.
They love us.
Girls love Jigger Bobby.
But imagine if you're
Especially
out on
when
the town
we're doing crazy things like farting
and kicking the tops of doorways,
and jumping over trash cans. Oh,
breaking tables.
Speaking of wild boy, young boy shit, me and my cousin Mark, the bassist for the Shit Dicks,
And while we smoke 100.
we had a little bit of slow time at the tattoo shop the other day. So we were
Slow time?
Yeah.
Like you were being stupid?
Oh, real funny. Basically, we didn't have a whole lot of stuff to do at the tattoo shop, so we were hanging outside on the sidewalk like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And we look over the fence at the tattoo shop, and I see this there's like a fence, and then there's a little hill, and then there's a flat area where it's like a graveled area where it's like kind of growing up a little bit, but it's kind of parking, but nobody really knows what's going on. It kind of just looks like where you'd have like a chicken fight, or where some guy would do graffiti back there.
Or where like
It's kind of like a scary alley, but
or
it's
like a
closed off.
crackhead lady might take a piss there.
Yeah. So we jump over the fence, and I see this telephone pole laying at an angle on the hill. And I'm like, dude, I got to see if I can pick this thing up and do one of those like Viking throws where you lift it up and throw it up over your head. Well, I start to lift it around the one end, and I notice it's bowing. So me and my cousin Mark, we start
Like a 747?
What?
Like a Boeing?
What's that?
Like the plane?
Exactly like that. Like a jet plane.
Yeah.
Like a Boeing 747.
I think that's a thing.
The same type of fighter
Might have
jet.
just put two things together. I have no idea.
The same type of daggone fighter jet my grandpa got shot down in World War II, and thanks for bringing it up.
You my best friend.
Anyway, we start fucking around with this telephone pole and just like breaking it, and then we rolled it off the hill, and it was just so fun.
Yeah.
And then we jumped the fence, and we were just back at work. Just doing silly young kid shit
Yeah.
in our 20s. It was fun, man.
Like the other day I was in here and I saw like a little bug crawling across the floor, and like right in the middle of my haircut, I was like, hey, sorry, hold on a second. I walked all the way over here and I looked at it. I looked up at my client. I looked over it. the guys I was working around, everyone out in the barbershop, I was like, I went like down to like reach. I was gonna grab it, and then I just stomped it. Like I was gonna save it, and put it somewhere else. And I was like, oh, you need to go.
Man, the satisfaction from that.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing more satisfying than taking a life.
Mm-hmm. So anyway. Okay. Sorry I have to drag it out of you. I know.
You just drag this shit on. You're just really dragging this on, dude.
I mean, the thing is, man.
Can we just get this shit over with?
I know that you're so tired of freestyle rapping because that's all I make you do, but you gotta really dig deep. Stop being such a pussy about freestyle rapping. It's easy. I got mine. Grab yours.
1, 2, 3. Gun, boo, beef.
Yeah, I told you it's easy to rhyme. All right, my word is seagull.
Stinky sandwich.
No way. Are you serious? Hell yeah, dude. Okay, cool. Let's rap about seagulls and stinky sandwiches.
How did that happen? Sandwich with the green bread. The guy that made me and took a bite, he's now dead. And I'm out on the beach by myself. I'm looking for someone to have bad health when they try to eat me when they pick it up. Oh, but nobody ever gives a fuck about a big sandwich with bologna. I'm the green breaded motherfucker, I'm so lonely.
And I'm just catching this gust. I'm an aerial being, flying over and peeing. Every time I shake my tail feathers, white stuff comes out. You think it's the weather, but it's not that. It just is my poop. Oh shit, is that a sandwich on the motherfucking coop? No. Or maybe it is though. I'm gonna fly low and check this thing out, bro. Oh shit, that thing looks fine. I look at that thing and I think, mine?
Yeah, baby, I'm a sandwich for you. Put your beak on my crust and do the thing you wanna do. Put me down your throat. Yeah, give me a gust. Put me up in the motherfucking air with your bust. With your tail fellas and all that. Oh yeah. I want you to want me, cause I haven't been wanted. I'm so lonely. I'm a sandwich with motherfucking pepperoni and salami, and I want to get eaten by your mommy, but nobody wants me except for this little birdie, and he picks me up with, he's feeling so flirty, but he hasn't eaten me yet. All the other birds are chasing him, and they're all chasing him, and they want me too. Oh, I'm a bird's favorite food.
Stinky sandwich is what I want to put in my body. Guess what? The sandwich is lovely. And guess what? It's also so lovely. After I eat it, I feel energized. I feel like I might just give you a surprise. More poop coming out every time I shake my freaking thighs. I poop on the beach, on the guys, and on the freaking women. Oh shit, I'm not feeling so good again. Oh no, I think I might be in hell again. Stinky sandwich, I don't wanna share it with the pelican. I'm a seagull. You might mistake me for a majestic little eagle. After I shake my tail again, I might just poop on a motherfucking beagle. It's always fun doing stuff like that. Just like, breaking up big pieces of wood like we did, rolling it down a hill, or like throwing a big rock into the water and watching it splash.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that so fun?
Because boys need destruction. Because it's bad, and you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to throw a big rock in the water.
No, because it's cool because rocks can't throw themselves in the water because men were invented. and men were invented to throw rock and water. Men were born to break sticks,
Yeah.
start fire,
I remember one time
stab.
we used to have a bunch of grapevines.
Animals.
We used to have a bunch of grapevines out in my woods in my family's home growing up. And they were serious grapevines. You could swing from them. They were freaking awesome. And the way the hills were in the woods, I mean, they were incredible. If I I wish I had that now, because those grapevines were sick, dude. And I remember one time my family had a picnic, and my older brother TJ and my cousin Chaz, they went around out in the woods and cut down and destroyed all the grapevine swinging areas.
For what?
I'll never forgive them for it. It was so fun.
Why would they do that in general?
Well, because of the family picnic, they were together, but there was another character also involved. My brother had a friend come over, and he didn't really have friends come over too often, but they were always a little bad.
I wonder why.
They were always a little kind of bad.
Yeah, I wonder why he wasn't allowed to have him over.
He was allowed to have him over.
That kid probably went to every person's house.
You know who it was. He was your neighbor.
He probably was brought over by every friend's house he ever went to, and he wasn't allowed back because he cut down all their great swinging vines.
I believe that. You know who it was your neighbor, one of the older ones that poured the tea on the bread.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of those guys, one of the older ones.
Yeah.
One of the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say their names
Coco Wheats
specifically, but
his name's Coco Wheats.
But I thought it was weird that guy was over at our house, and then so I think it was just a combination of boys will be rowdy and bad, and because there was a new person, they had to be extra bad, so they just destroyed all the swinging vines, and it really sucked.
So I can put something together for you if you'd like.
Put it together.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. His name is Coco Wheats.
Yeah.
And his brother was Tea Bread. And their version of fun was work. So swinging, riding bikes, swimming,
I'm on 100.
enjoying what is naturally there is not something that they were raised thinking is fun. They were raised thinking, let's pick tomatoes, let's build a dam, let's do all these things. So, your brother was just confused by this outsider coming in and going, hey, I know you guys want to swing, but wouldn't it be cooler to work? And he totally got Tom Sawyered into working, and they probably tried to build something that was incapable of being built by grapevines, and that's what happened.
That is
100% what happened, because some people are just born, you'd think it'd be a nice quality, like, oh, he wants to build something, or oh, he's has a good work ethic. No, it's just they didn't know what else to do because their parents had no creativity and did not give them any joy or love.
That makes sense now.
Any parents that make their kids eat hot tea with sugar on top of bread, or Coco Wheats, which is chocolate sand with milk.
Yeah.
I'd
like to give that a little try.
If you did, it would stick with you.
Yeah, it's sand.
Yeah.
It stick to the inside of your guts.
Mm-hmm. You'd sweat it out of your pores.
You try to crap it out, and it probably wouldn't be a good time.
It would look exactly the same, except just harder.
Yeah, stingier.
Stingier?
More coarse.
Oh, yeah, because sand hurts when you shit it out.
You can say that again.
Well, one time I ate a crab at the beach.
Yeah.
Like one of the little ghost crabs, and he had sand on him.
Oh, gross.
He turned out fine, though.
Yeah.
Butthole was damaged. Brutal.
Yeah. When you shit out a crab, man.
No, sand. Crab came out smooth as butter. Same thing with that bird I ate.
Crabs are good with butter.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, speaking of crabs, I was at the beach. I think you're triggering a lot of memories for me, a lot of just old memories. I was at the beach, and we were walking on the beach at night looking for crabs. And there was this little group of kids. One was real fat, one was a girl, and they had these little shovels.
Those are the worst.
Can I get a little yum yum?
And basically,
one was fat and one was a girl.
they were going crab bashing.
What?
Yeah. So like we were just looking for crabs. You know, at night you can like shine a flashlight and you can see them. Well, they were doing that, but they would use the backs of these little flat shovels and they would just run up and just splat them, just like crush them, just fucking kill these little innocent crabs.
This is like the Ocean City. Was it Ocean Cities? I said
It was Outer Banks.
Outer Banks. This is like the Outer Banks version of Critter Beating.
It was Critter Beat. It was that. They were
It's
just
like, here,
killing
let me
these
drive
crabs.
around and, there's a possum that goes across the road. Let me beat it with a tire iron.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we already had these little shovels for building sandcastles. Let's wait till it gets nighttime and just beat the dog shit out of them.
Yeah. I never did that. Not into that. But I'll squish a bug in front of everybody just to get a laugh.
Yeah.
Is that fucked up? I wouldn't kill anything bigger than like this to get a laugh.
Do you believe that some like a dog has a soul?
Yeah, for
You
sure.
do?
Yeah.
Okay, so where's the line of what doesn't and what does?
I think so anything this big, like a bug or something, you can kill that for comedy.
What about a daddy
But
long
the thing
leg?
is,
Does that count?
It's situational because if you're
Is it the body of the bug or is it like legs and all that big?
I think the body.
What if you stomped a chipmunk?
No, never would do that.
We know a guy.
Yeah,
That happened.
I know. We saw it live.
And I'm not saying
the
that
kinda- the
I'm
kid
not
that we
saying
saw-
that all Russians are bad.
Yeah.
There are some that are. There are some that aren't.
Can you
Same with every place.
Can you describe the story you're referring to?
Russian kid?
Hey, every time
he's
I
out of school.
every time I blink, I see it, but I just feel like our listeners don't know the story.
Jake catches a baby chipmunk at school one day. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience for him. It turned him into who he is today. That moment, and then he let the baby chipmunk go, and then the Russian kid Alex came out of nowhere and stomped his ass and killed it.
It was
That
it
guy's
was
in jail now.
pure violence.
He's in jail now.
What's he in jail for?
Probably cutting cats.
Yeah, probably.
I think I'm actually almost certain that he was cutting cats. Not cutting cats like
What do you mean cutting cats?
not felines to death. Cutting catalytic converters off of cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. So a guy who probably would cut cats in his youth grows up to cut cats off of cars, catalytic converters.
He converted
Do
into
you think
cars.
that there is a connection there?
I would say there's somewhat of a connection, but what I'm saying, where I'm getting is that I don't hate everyone in any like if I don't hate all Russians. I probably hate a couple if I met them. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
I can say
You probably hate a couple Americans too.
Right, I do hate a couple Americans.
You probably hate a couple Canadians,
Absolutely,
and you probably hate a couple of Chinese guys.
at least one or two if I met all of them. You know what I'm
Probably.
saying?
Yeah.
But you know who I wouldn't hate? Anybody from the Philippines.
Yeah, they're great people.
Yeah. There's no way of hating them.
There's
Or honestly, Puerto Ricans.
And
We know a family
Yeah.
that's Puerto Rican, and I just hired a guy that's Puerto Rican, and they're just a joy to be around.
there's a swag that they have.
They do,
and it's loving, but it's also got some style.
and it's got some spice in it.
Yeah,
I think I truly do believe that it's like a really nice spice,
yeah.
like not a chili powder, but it's like it's a nice mild wing,
Yeah,
maybe a medium,
a little bit of spice sometimes. You get
little bit of spice.
Yeah, I like that though.
But truly a joy to eat.
Yeah, I would love to eat a guy from the Philippines.
Oh yeah, true.
Or
They would mostly be like a Cowboy Ranch type of wing.
yeah, we haven't brought up Cowboy Ranch on the podcast in a minute.
I know.
When are we going to get that Mario's sponsorship?
We're never going to get it.
I'm going to request now. Mario's, if you would love to sponsor us for our podcast, we eat there all the time. We love it. It would be cool if we could get that hooked
It
up.
would be really cool.
And what we smoke 100.
So like a Philippine people from the Philippines would be like a Cowboy Ranch, like a nice wing. It's not too hot, smothered in sauce.
I love extra sauce on
Oh,
my wings.
smothered in sauce.
You don't like sauce, but do you like extra sauce on your wings?
So no, I don't. But I think what I'm trying to get is the sauce is love, where the sauce is just extra of what they already have, right? So that wing has Filipino people. They smile,
Yeah.
and they smile a lot.
They smile
and they
with
don't
their-
stop,
And they smile with their heart.
and they smile with their heart, and that's why they're the Cowboy Ranch wings. White people are probably like if you took chicken wing, slightly burnt, no, hardly cooked, and then just like threw some freaking mayo on it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's probably what we are.
I feel like white people would taste like the meat itself wouldn't be very great, but there's probably some good sauces.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? Like you're got to cover up the shitty wing with the good sauces.
Right.
Dude, are you excited that your barbershop is growing?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically, unless something
growing like a
changes-
daggone weed.
unless something happens with a future person.
Like if you accidentally hired somebody and then they became a serial killer and or
Right.
a sexual assaulter.
If that happened, yeah, I would not have a full shop. But as of now, my shop is at capacity, even though there's 2 more chairs left. Unfortunately, the last people that joined the shop, they're in the back.
Yeah, that's okay.
Still nice back there.
I mean, you say the back, like they're going to be the back of the. It's actually not. They're on the side over there.
Oh yeah, well that's true. But it's just like there's not as much going on over there
Yeah,
because the shop is shaped in an L.
the last guy you hired got the good spot
He
by
did.
the window.
Because I was sitting right there where you are. He's sitting right here, and I'm talking to him. I said, "Well, I think it'll be great. I think you're going to work out. You want to work here?" He goes, "Yeah, I mean, yes, if you'll let me work here, yeah." And I said, "Okay, pick a spot." I said, "Make sure it's a good one." And he looked over there, and he didn't even he just like looked in confusion because he thought I was going to like make him. He doesn't realize like I'm just like do your thing kind of guy. As long as you don't affect me and the actual shop itself, just do your business and you're going to be great.
Yeah.
You know, I believe in them. And he just goes there, right by the window.
Yeah, it's an awesome spot.
Yeah. And it's going to be great for him.
Yeah.
He's going to love it. Except I really, really got to get that window tinted because he's going to come in here at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays and he is going to be hot.
Yeah. That's so the way your barbershop is, the sun beats down on the window right there. I live a block down the street and my back porch is that same angle.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go have coffee out on the back porch in the morning, and no way it's happening. It's just like at our old spot where we used to live. Like in the morning, you couldn't enjoy it out there. It was just like the sun is just beating the freaking heck out of you. You can't do anything out there.
100 shots.
It's just so hot. It's 100 degrees.
I'm on 100.
But the next guy joins in August and
He's going to be cold as shit on the opposite side.
yep. And
He said
then
it's like -5 over there.
And then the last guy, he's in school, and I figured it would be a good opportunity to bring in a guy. I mean, I like all of them, but he was the first person to have interest, but he wasn't in school yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, we'll have 4 people here soon. we've got to make sure they're getting busy. We got to make sure that they're making a good move, and make sure they feel that they made a good move. And then he'll come in a year later and will be really established, and he'll be able to pick up everyone's slack. Everybody should be getting booked up pretty good.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
With your barbershop getting filled up, do you have interest in opening other barbershops, or do you like being one shop guy?
I have interest in opening other shops. The problem is when you open up multiple shops, it makes it so they're less valuable. So the more shops you have, yeah, people may enjoy working there, whatever, but it's not as special of a place to everyone, not just me. And it diminishes what I made for them too, because here I am, I made this thing for them, and then I basically leave to open another shop.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And then the model that I have isn't like, oh, I'm going to make so much money. You know what I mean? I don't want to just I'm not a money racket. So to open up multiple shops, yes, it would sustain itself, and yes, it will pay me eventually. But having multiple shops, it's like, okay, how much is having multiple shops worth to me? Because I got to get paid. If I'm going to have multiple locations and being taken care of all this stuff,
yeah,
I got to be getting paid.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future, if like one of these guys, they might want to open up their own place. But if one of these guys, we get along great, and I say, hey, I'm wanting to open up another location. You're an appointment-only guy. You are, I want to make you this flagship shop. Basically, it's for you. I'm the owner, or maybe split ownership of something. But it would be more for a fun thing. But I would need someone to help with two shops. There'd be no way I could do it myself.
I think a good example of having multiple shops is a shop called Guru. And I'm actually wearing their hat right now, but in San Diego for tattooing, I'm saying, because they only have two shops. And I feel like saying only, it kind of negates it from being cool. But no, it's super cool because both shops have the same vibe of your barbershop. Yeah. So you have the Little Italy location, and everybody's super cool there, and everybody's doing great work there. And then they have the Pacific Beach location. That's a little more crazier area, and they do more walk-ins. But it's anytime anybody in that area asks about tattoos, it's you say Guru Tattoo, and then they're like, well, the Little Italy location or the PB location.
Yeah.
And it's it still has that if I've only worked at the Little Italy location, but everybody there is oh, PB is super cool. You have to go check that out. And I feel like it's probably the same way at the PB location. They're you got to go check out the Little Italy location.
My best friend.
So, yeah, I think definitely a chain of businesses does make it less valuable, but
well, so I would say
you have to really you can't be hiring just anybody. They would have to be all cool people for both locations to have this the same thing that your shop has now.
Which I would have to have an established place here.
Yeah, the dopeness.
Everyone knows it's here, and then people get excited when you open up a second one, right? But then you have to have its own theme. Even though this technically isn't a theme barbershop, there's not really a theme in here. Because I guess you can have there's places on the beach, like you said, that's the beach shop, and then you have one in Little Italy, so it has its own feel. It has to have the second location has to have its own feel. It can't just be another place,
right?
Because or people like this stuff so much that they want another one, and it would work somewhere else. But if you're having it in pretty much the same town, you have to have a different feel. and it has to be different from everyone else.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of hard too.
Yeah.
It's not easy to just pick up and, yeah, I mean, I've already thought about it. I was like, I've already had enough interest to start looking at other things. But that is not even in the cards for me at the moment.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is so new here. This is great.
I mean, I've been here for 6 months, and I'll have in 6 more months I'll have a completely full shop, and I truly believe that they'll all be busy. To be honest,
I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, I truly do believe that. A lot of people think like they wouldn't be coming here if they didn't think they're going to get busy here. Like they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's an awesome shop.
So, I'm just lucky to. I mean, I got the OG, like a guy that's almost been cutting hair just as long as I have, coming in here now, and it's like I don't have to mentor him at all. He's gonna show me things.
Yeah,
which is what I want. That's the kind of type of people I want to be around. So, I'm just lucky to have people like that want to even like take the risk and move and do things like that. So it's great.
Yeah.
Build it and they will come.
Yes. Hands down, dog. Facts, man.
I'm on 100.
Facts.
I'm on 100.
But yeah, I have thought about that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was wondering. I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's kind of like whenever it's kind of the same thing when like people get married. And then the next time when they're married, people are like, well, when are you going to start having kids? It's like you open one business, they're going to be like, what are you thinking about expanding and doing this?
Yeah. Yeah. Or so I'm going to be here for 5 years. If I'm here for 5 years and I decide, you know what, this is a great location, but I found another location that would be like either I can move the location completely and add more chairs to build bigger business.
Yeah.
Or like, and literally it's like, okay, this one's booming. I don't need to do anything here.
Yeah.
It would be more of like an experiment. It would be more like of a fun thing, to be honest. It's got to be fun, because if you're doing it just as a big money racket and you're trying to rake it in, it's going to lose the thing that everyone likes about it.
Yep. You got to be like,
which is why certain locations of like, Iron Horse downtown. I'm sure the guy owns Iron Horse or whatever. He opened up a second location, and it was probably doing fine. It was probably just a shitload of work for him. I don't know the specifics, but it wasn't near as cool as the downtown location.
Yeah.
Just because that's what everybody was used to.
Yeah.
So then he said, oh, screw that, and just kept doing the downtown, and everybody still loves it.
Yeah. I haven't been there in a minute.
I know.
I went to Mountain State the other day, and the past few times I'd been there, it was horrible.
Really?
And I went there the other day, and it was awesome again. So it's back on my list.
You my best friend.
Do you have any announcements for the podcast aside from Randy starting starting to work here? And
stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, stay tuned. There will be more to come. I have a major announcement.
Oh yeah, you need to tell that. That's cooler than mine.
I finished my bathroom in my brand new house.
That's as cool as mine. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think
tell me the other one.
I actually forgot about that one until you said that. But no, my bathroom's finished, and it might overshadow Poppy's new hire, but that's okay. No, on a real note, I will be presenting at the Explorer Tattoo Conference in August. It's August 14th and 15th. So if you're interested in learning about my style of tattooing, you can attend that, and I will be teaching an hour class, an hour presentation. You can learn all you want to know about black and yellow tattooing.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
How many colors you want? 2?
I got you.
This is the tattooing for you.
But I was super grateful for my friend Deanna James in Texas to mention my name when it was brought up that they needed another presenter. She brought my name up, and she called me last week, and she asked me about it, and it was super unexpected, but such a great thing, and I'm so grateful that she did that. So thank you, Deanna. And that's it for our podcast. Maybe we'll
The
see you
end.
next week. Oh, you know what? No. We're not done. We're not done yet. Dude, your girlfriend comes back in 2 days.
No, tomorrow.
Really? I thought she's coming back Wednesday. Anyway, are you so excited to see your freaking princess?
Yeah.
Yeah? What? I'm excited for you. That's why we recorded the podcast early, so you guys could hang out all week.
I know.
She's going to be so over Greece.
So, oh, dude.
Listen, the other day she posted yet another picture of pasta. I was like, okay, we get it.
And now she's in Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you've had enough pasta and wine.
Dude,
Time to come to West Virginia.
Dude, she's such an American class. Dude, she is such an imposter.
Hey, Kelly, come back to West Virginia and have a cider.
Have some Dixon cider.
Hey, Kelly, come back to West Virginia with your dog.
Come hang out with your boyfriend who's bad at cleaning.
She's going to love that.
Oh.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Prey Podcast. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Prey. Give us a motherfucking follow / subscribe to our YouTube channel. Motherfucker.
I can't believe we saw a rat outside. That was so fucking crazy. A rat.